Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from Mike over at Light Reading. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys could check it out. So, could there be trouble ahead for T-Mobile? T-Mobile faces new FCC questions over Mint purchase. So, recently I made a video disclosing, some of the larger purchases that T-Mobile is currently involved in, including Spectrum and another M&A, another merger acquisition, if you will, right? It's a smaller one, but it's still going to cost them about 1.3 billion to acquire the company and the customers. That's still a good chunk of money now. I mean, some people call it peanuts because the businesses generate so much money, but they're still spending money, right? We just saw the announcement, or if you already seen that video, T-Mobile is expanding fiber in 2 new states. So that's somewhat of an aggressive rollout from them, right? They haven't really done anything big in fiber, just the pilots that we've seen. But now they're starting to deploy it in more areas, right? The FCC is probing into T-Mobile's proposed $1.3 billion purchase of Mint Mobile, which is fronted by actor Ryan Reynolds. The agency asked a range of questions about cybersecurity, distribution, and public interests benefit. So again, the questions are fair. Cybersecurity, T-Mobile's had a lot of hacks. So I would ask about that myself, right? So nothing too crazy, but I do think they need to look into this because consolidation isn't always the best. And maybe there are some positives to this, right? They were looking to sell for a few years now. And if T-Mobile wasn't the buyer, they were going to sell it to somebody else. So maybe that's something that the FCC needs to look at too. On the prepaid side, Verizon had a very large acquisition there with TracFone. Maybe AT&T, but they might not be interested at all. So maybe T-Mobile is the right buyer for this. What they do with that business after the fact, who knows, right? They say they're gonna leave it as is. They say they're using it for a digital transformation. They're using it to learn from their marketing. That's all fine and dandy, but they need to keep it that way, right? If they start going crazy left and right, then it might backfire on them. But what I also don't want to see T-Mobile have the problem that Verizon has with all these brand identities. Verizon has a lot of brands under them now in the value segment that are competing against each other. I mentioned that in the previous video. I saw a post recently where that was also disclosed. It's not necessarily bringing confusion to the market because the consumer or customer, they don't know. If they're going from Straight Talk to Visible, they don't know that they're still on Verizon. They don't know that. But Verizon is essentially just swapping customers back and forth. So I don't know why they don't consolidate. And that's one thing that I don't want T-Mobile to do. I understand they want to learn. They want to get more customers. They want to surpass Verizon again as the number one prepaid value player. I get that. But you don't want to get people confused with Mint Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile. You want to keep that separate. And you want to have a great go-to market strategy that's differentiating for both. And that's what I feel Verizon lacks. Total by Verizon, Visible, Straight Talk, TracFone, they all pretty much do the same thing. And then Verizon in that sense is stretching themselves real thin because now they got to push all these brands. So that's marketing, that's, finding the right go-to strategy, different for each one of them. I just think it's too much. There's too much on the plate. So if T-Mobile keeps it at Mint Mobile, Metro by T-Mobile, I get it. That's fine. But it looks like there's going to be some scrutiny ahead, some troubles coming. Who knows, right? This is up in the air. It's kind of went quiet for a while. Maybe they block it, right? Who knows? Maybe it doesn't go through, or maybe T-Mobile answers the right questions. Maybe they get asked some questions. They ask them in the correct way. FCC likes what they hear. And maybe this goes through. Very simple. Who knows? It remains to be seen. T-Mobile is good at this, right? They pushed a probably one of the larger mergers in recent times, right? Verizon did a pretty big merger back in the day that I think was probably bigger in money. But T-Mobile knows what they're doing. They got lawyers that are ready to go. So they're trained, right? They went through all of this with the Sprint merger. So they know the right things to say, the right things to do. So we'll see the outcome. But for now, the FCC is asking questions over the Mint merger. Make sure you guys check out the article in the description down below. So make sure you guys stay tuned for more. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.